Back in the 1860s, a cigar maker named George Hall got into an argument with a preacher in the town of Fort Dodge over a passage in the Bible.
So the preacher was taking the Bible verses literally, saying there was giants who were walking on this earth. And George Hall said, well, that's ridiculous.
For whatever reason, Hall decided to make a giant of his own to prove his point and buried it in Cardiff, New York. It was later discovered.
After a few years, all of a sudden, Stub Newell needed a new well built. And of course, he knew exactly where to dig, so they dug up this giant man.
The original Cardiff Giant was created from a block of gypsum from a mine in Fort Dodge. A replica of that giant is now on display in Fort Dodge at the Fort Museum. It was created in 1983.
People of the time were so fascinated by this man that they had no idea where he came from. They thought it was a petrified man.
The Cardiff Giant went on to be showed by its creator to curiosity seekers at 50 cents a head. Later, P.T. Barnum created his own giant. There were two giants competing for visitors.
He just wanted to see what kind of crazy thing he could come up with or how believable it did look. Eventually, it kind of fell flat. People realized that there were two giants. They realized one of them had to be a hoax. Maybe both of them were a hoax.
The original Cardiff Giant, now 150 years old, its replica here in Fort Dodge, still welcomes people and school groups here to visit. From Fort Dodge, Roger Riley reporting.